everybody, my name is Ryan and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, thank you so much for joining me to watch Season 2, Episode 2 of Interview with the Vampire. With a Vampire. Hang on. With the Vampire. Interview with the Vampire. That trips me up randomly sometimes. I say something, it was right, but I second guess myself. Anyway, moving on. We're watching Episode 2 of Season 2 today, and I am so excited. In the last episode, we got to see Louis and Claudia, like, going out and exploring for other vampires because they're trying to find some other vampires that, like, aren't shit and aren't, like, mean and are nice and lovely and, I don't know, they can hang out or something. We did see that Louis was, like, I don't know if he was hallucinating Lestat or if he was actually kind of like able to see him, and I think it was a hallucination though because Claudia couldn't see him. So you'd think if it was actually him, she'd be able to see him. But what do I actually know? Nothing. I don't know anything. On the flip side of that, they did find an older vampire, and she was like very weak. Basically from blood that they were saying was like very sad, and they were drinking from like dead people, which is not good, and it's a whole thing. Anyway, she was gonna come back with them, but then she threw herself into a fire, so she's no longer. But we did see the last episode end with Louis and Claudia. I think they went to France, I believe, because I think the Eiffel Tower was behind them, if I'm not mistaken, to try to find more vampires, basically, is what they're doing. In the present day though, Armand is now joining us in our interview, and he was trying to like butt in, but Daniel was like, slow down, settle down, I'll get to you when I get to you. You just hang tight there and we'll bring you into the conversation when it feels appropriate to. So that was actually badass, and I'm curious to see if we're gonna see him add to the story a little bit more yet. I mean, I feel like, obviously, I guess not obviously, I feel like he is going to be a vampire that they meet, but I don't know that they're going to meet him in France. So he maybe will come along like later, the story of how they met. I don't really know. We will have to see, but I am very excited to get into this episode. As always, the full episode reaction for this episode and all the other episodes will be up on my Patreon, link for that's down below. And without any further ado, let's just jump right in to Season 2, Episode 2 of Interview with the Vampire. Let's go.
You can't be the only good ones out there.
Are we gonna see him again? Like, actually alive and doing stuff? I feel like it's only a matter of time because we didn't actually kill him. So I feel like we might actually see him at some point, which is kind of scary, I'm not gonna lie. But we'll see. We'll see.
Paris. Hard to put it into words now. For what Paris means to me now is very different from what it meant to me then. I feel something close to happiness when I think of it.
Lovely.
Paris.
Paris sucks.
But you proposed to your Alice in Paris.
And she divorced me in Staten Island.
Macarons
are bullshit, cafe culture is boring.
Paris was
I've never had macarons.
healing. Just as Claudia and I were healing.
Gotta pick twice the pockets in this town to get anywhere.
And undernourishment. You want Franks and pockets? These people are broke.
Maybe we chose the wrong town.
Since Paris is on her way back. Give her a little time is all.
Okay. Sure, Louis.
It's custom and practice for traveling vampires to make themselves known to a local coven.
Gosh.
We didn't get that memo.
Oh god.
The whitest of lies, turning 77 this year. Do not leave Dubai until you've made him retract it.
Uh-huh.
If
Daniel. Uh-huh.
attention it did in America.
Right, because there wasn't any racism in mid-20th century France.
Why did
He
he
didn't
say
say
that?
that.
I think for knowing no one wanted to lynch me or direct me to the far end of the cafe counter.
I mean, that's very fair.
Are you two going to finish each other's sentences for the whole session? We've been together 77 years, Daniel.
47 more than he did with Lestat.
Before continuing?
keep selling it.
Oh God. I like love that he is so spicy with Armand there. Like, he's always spicy, you know? But I feel like he's more gentle. He was more gentle when it was just Louis. But...
Never brought our kills home. We used the sewers for that.
Waterways of which they had no expertise. The flow controls, the pumping stations. We were constantly cleaning up for them.
And endured hundreds of nights in the theater with Lestat. I was not seeking more.
Theater called theater that had been in existence for 150 years. 77 years, and it...
Daniel doesn't give a fuck. He's like, okay.
The American vampires appeared to be as dull and plain as their tourists and soldiers were.
Rude. I took up photography.
Damn. Damn.
Killing time when you weren't killing Parisians.
Wrestling time to the ground, staring it into submission. When you have the ability to stretch a millisecond into an hour, it's a reduction. I liked taking photographs.
Oh. Come on.
I don't know. Surprise, baby. Something off. Like a hat that's too small for a head. Someone realizing they forgot to do something and they stop.
Okay.
This is one of my favorite parts. I love when they're talking to each other in their mind.
Who are you, Louis?
I'm your brother.
Oh.
Outside of me.
I'm the reticent vampire of the ninth arrondissement.
If there was no me, and there was no him,
Yeah, what would you... Yeah.
what do you want? How you gonna get there?
Come on, Claudia. He's like, I don't know.
Paris sucks.
That's not the point you were making.
Sure. You're too delusional left bank dilettante vibe.
She wasn't telling me something I didn't know about myself. She was giving me permission to explore a life apart from her. I've triggered a memory.
No, it's Claudia. It's her journal. Louis needs Paris.
It's
I don't
1985.
know what I need.
Maybe a new brain in my head. What can I tell him this?
I love the way that they do that. Like, they can seamlessly transfer from him to her.
Maybe I want to be joyfully joyous. A forever switch of wild opposites at play.
It's very well done and puts you, like, in it, which is lovely. She interested in how that happens?
Mademoiselle, méfiez-vous d'elle.
Why? That was weird.
You can take it in for me, yes? You do alterations.
My grande, please, don't pretend to be something you're not, yeah?
Ooh.
That will happen soon enough.
Never thought
Spicy.
about choosing to pretend. Life hasn't been kind enough to allow me that. Potential customer.
Respect my time.
Mm-hmm.
The dress for my body. And I'll need some gloves. I'm thinking white.
Real Rashid, just in time for the big meet cute. What weirdness have you brought us today?
Real Rashid.
So,
Photos are the record of time passing. Outward evidence.
They do not lie, but neither do they tell you a thorough story.
I need to know where Claudia is right now. I really do.
You could tell from his walk he was an American.
what exactly is an American walk?
Two wars had made a certain impression on the men of France. There was no way to describe it other than optimistic. With a history of chasing the wrong kind of love.
I'll describe it myself, thank you.
Yes.
I think it still does. You're controlling as fuck. Like, Jesus.
Or to find the right kind of love than in a public park.
I had lost patience. I was convinced we were being toyed with and I could hold back the coven only so long.
So he did meet him here.
He was alarmingly handsome in the muted lamplight.
Damn.
I thought he was going to kill me.
What were the first words of the ancient vampire to the future love of his life?
I will. Please.
No.
Guys, I don't like Armand. I don't
will
know.
not harm you.
And I never have.
I mean, we love that. We don't want any harm.
Alfonso. Well, they found me. Found us.
That's all she's wanted.
Removed from their velvet-heeled arrival, the Americans were finally coming to pick up.
The perfumed armpit of Paris. But we were there for vampires, and we felt their numbers in the charged air.
Awful and awfulescence.
This is fun, I think. I don't really know. Something horrible could happen, but...
By that I mean, good evening. What you're about to see is for you an outrage that masks of what is
The
considered
rope slipped. He's really flying.
instead of mere human drama. Being vampires and by nature superior to you mortals, we can replicate the level of builds necessary to disrupt your tiny ship called human decency.
Lovely. They're eating it up, sir. I like his striped pants.
Everything you're about to see is real. Remember that when you leave here tonight.
Oh no.
And you're pulling! I love you for
Holy shit.
even as you disgust me.
It's crazy how, like, he's looking at the camera, like, at us, saying that. I was feeling it.
The actors performed in front of a cinema screen, interacting with animations and bits of film in near perfect synchronization.
Life is cruel. Life is violent.
Claudia absolutely loved it, and it was the first time in Paris I had seen a smile.
Oh.
To a willing belief of disbelief. The only play that mattered was the last.
Oh god. What's the last?
Your heart, the gears have stopped.
Are all of the people... Oh. Oh, she's real.
No. Let her speak, Sam.
Oh, this is sad.
Is Annika Roman? I live in Antwerp.
Oh, this is horrible.
From my hotel room last night. These people are vampires.
Oh, this is horrible.
For you, baby.
Suppose we were to let you go. Suppose the Reaper had a heart.
Oh no.
Someone would have to take your place. Your husband?
This is so messed up.
How about him? I want you to remember this. They'll give you up in a wink.
This is so, like, rough. Because he's obviously not letting her go.
We are conscious death, Annika.
Oh my god.
Do you know what it means to be loved by death? No pain.
Like, are all of these people gonna be like, wow, she's Actually. That's horrible. I hated that. Yeah, almost Louis here. Look at him. He's horrified. That's like so fucked.
Otherwise, very committed tonight, madame.
Merci.
That goes for the entire company. Very committed tonight. Bravo, bravo.
5 insolent months of nights, waiting for you to humble us with your appearance.
Oh.
Ask you, maître, was it worth the wait?
They're like, the fuck?
Props, Luckenbaum, costumes.
Stunning work.
Ah, Samuel Barclay, playwright in residence.
Sam, come, Sam.
Estelle and Santiago.
You were amazing.
I was, wasn't I? Love the dress.
Do American vampiresses all wear pastels?
Claudia's the only American vampirist, so I say that's a yes.
Star charts for us all. Night you were given the gift, phase of the moon, name of the maker.
I don't really need
Do you
the
both
name.
have the same maker?
We did.
His name was Bruce.
Mm.
I got a question. Who's that handsome man on the wall up there?
Ah, founder and the finest actor ever to walk our stage. Lestat de Lyoncourt.
That, oh my god.
Did not see that one coming.
I didn't either.
Oh, I understand.
In a community as small as ours, such crossings of immortal paths.
That's nuts, though. I cannot believe that.
That means you knew Lestat before he did. Wait a minute.
And yes, he was briefly with Lestat.
You both fucked Lestat.
100 plus. Vermouth and annihilation.
You shared a boyfriend. This is great.
I fucked Santiago too, and Celeste and Estelle. Yours.
Lestat's appearance is important, just not in the way you think it is, Daniel.
I'm done thinking.
I saw his stupid face up there and had to think of something quick.
But you can make up a name?
Best Lie's got some truth to him, and that's the only other vampire I knew. Something-year-old painting in a frame.
They got a fucking shrine to him.
To kill us.
And right after that, I invaded their thoughts, and not one of them thought anything other than I want to lick these two.
That's awesome.
Past your empathy for that woman, past your fear of being exposed, vampire pride. Those Frenchies love being vampires, and they shamed us because we never felt that way, and we fucking should.
You felt my lust.
Armand? Oh yeah, felt his too. Cocks, slapping hands feel like, so thank you for that.
Oh my god.
I want to be with my own. Don't ruin this for me, Louis. I need this.
Oh my god.
We were separated by the war, Mr. Lyoncourt and myself. I had some work in Europe. If he is alive, and if so...
We have not heard from Monsieur de Lyoncourt since February 1940. I know who you are, Monsieur. And I know what you meant to our cherished client, Monsieur de Lyoncourt. And the fact that he has made no withdrawal from his account, between us, it is confirmation enough for me to pass this box to you.
Damn. Oh god. Not a letter.
In the event that you are reading this, something dreadful has occurred, which is not my own death, rather seeking revenge on the person or persons who did this. Do not give them the satisfaction of the hunt.
Yikes.
You go carry on with your living. Know only this, mon cher. You are the only being I trust.
Damn. You know that hurts.
All my love belongs to you. You are its keeper. A veil will now forever separate our union. But it is
He is so good. The actor who plays Lestat.
Face pressed up against your lung.
Don't get me wrong. So is he. But there's just something about like all the craziness that he can bring to Lestat.
Lestat. Love of my life, or is it more rebound of my life with you two?
It's a haunting memory Louis just shared with you. Humor from his pain. Cathartic.
It's a joke. It's a joke. You serve it up.
Alice is in her 3rd trimester.
Door, Louis. All the crap. Have at it.
You worked so hard to get that table right in the corner so you could pull out the ring.
The ring.
Okay.
It's good.
Just at the right moment. And what did she say when you finally asked her to marry you?
In middle school, you stole your dad's Playboy magazine, sold them at recess.
Danny, what did Alice say when you finally asked her to marry you?
Louis, perhaps we should...
She said no.
That's so fucked.
She wanted to say yes, but she didn't trust you. You hadn't given her a reason to.
Come on, Armand.
What she thinks of you now?
Oh, shut up, Louis.
They invited us for a hunt.
Claudia had attended a month of performances, and the coven felt she had proven.
I nodded off one night while Santiago was hamming it up. Apparently, that made me persona non grata with the leading man.
Yeah, I could see that not going over very well.
When you travel as a pack, you take on a collective hunger. The longer the ride, the more intense the craving.
Lovely. Lovely that. Oh, Claudia. She's living her best life with them. This is what she's always wanted, I guess, right? Look at him. He looks badass.
The estate of the family de la Croix. Whilst their countrymen clutch ration cards, they've made quite a killing manipulating the black markets.
14 rooms, 19 guests, plus their host.
That's crazy.
I hit before the play. I'm gonna...
That's craziness.
I understand you supplement your diet.
I feast human every other night. That's my way. You're not gonna...
I am now where I most want to be.
That's crazy to see in the background, by the way.
I find myself thinking, what is in there?
Been thinking the same about you.
Damn.
Been thinking about you often.
Okay.
Particularly skilled at blocking her thoughts. You must work harder on that. Because I do believe I felt some trepidation when the name Lestat was uttered.
Who?
He's like, you don't hide it very well.
Dominated my mind ever since I laid eyes upon him.
Oh, God.
A few of the coven can be volatile and quite unforgiving when lied to. Shut your mind if you hear his name again. That sort of inquiry can open all sorts of trouble.
As you suggest, Beto.
Damn. How do you know? Was he watching him?
Caught a lively one for tomorrow's show.
Pip's a savage.
Oh, Louis, I see it now. It's different here. I love it. I never want to hunt alone again. I never want to leave.
Oh, Louis. Damn. I have so many thoughts on this episode. It was great. Don't get me wrong. There is nothing about this show that is bad, first and foremost. I just don't do well with gore. And that's what this show is. So I'm like, all the time. And watching that girl on stage was like breaking my heart. There was something about, obviously, right, in season 1, we got to see a lot of them hunting the people and stuff like that. I always hate when they like taunt them. That's what bothers me. Like, when Lestat and stuff like that would play around with them before, or anybody really. So like seeing them do that like in front of everybody and her like screaming and terrified for her life and everything like that, I don't like that. I don't like that stuff. Like that, I don't mind as much. Them going in and like killing all those people, whatever. They just like, it was very quick. Obviously not the one they took for the next night's performance. That's fucking horrible. But the whole going in to hunt, like, okay, they have to do that, right? So it's like, just make it quick. Don't like play with them. I hate that. And so that was the most like uncomfortable that I was. But it's like, it was done really well. So again, can I like, it's not, that's a me thing that I'm just like, oh, my empathy and stuff like that is too much. I am happy that Claudia's feeling like she can fit in. I too was gobsmacked and not really expecting that like Lestat was gonna be there for like have such a big part of what was going on there. I don't know why, because obviously in season 1, right, we know he loves theater, so like that only makes sense. But for some reason I too was like, holy shit, and was wondering why Claudia like quickly jumped in on that. And I was like, there's something going on here. Like, why does it really matter if they know or don't know? And then when I saw that, I was like, oh, that makes sense. That makes sense, sure. It is nice to see like the beginning stages of Louis and Armand, but like there are just so many moments in like present day that he, like, Armand is so controlling. It's crazy to think that he also like had a little thing with Lestat at one point. That's funny. Again, I don't like when they're like digging in at Daniel and his life and stuff like that. It's like, he's not talking to you about his story. You're the one who called up and wanted this interview done. So like, he's allowed to ask questions and pry. He's allowed to. You called him. Like, that's where I'm like, what the fuck? Like, just back off. Like, sure, okay, it stings and maybe your feelings are being hurt, but like, that just feels like, I don't know, unnecessary and cruel. So I don't like that. And I do like that Armand was like, she wanted to say yes. Like, that gave a little bit of peace, I think. But I don't know. We'll see how it continues. I have some feelings about Armand. I have some feelings about Louis. But it's weird because they fluctuate. Like, I usually love Louis, but like in this episode, I just felt like he was being cruel to Daniel there. And then Armand, I usually don't like, but I like that he gave him some kindness there in a way. So, we'll see. I think it is also interesting to see the dynamics with like more vampires, because it's the first time that we've seen this amount, and they all just seem like chill and like a family. So I'm very excited to see more of how that plays out. But overall, great time, great episode. I love the way this show is shot. I just think they have some beautiful scenes, and also the way that they shoot things, like with the voiceovers and them speaking to each other in their minds. I just love it. Love, love, love it. Hopefully we just don't have to see them like torture anybody else on stage. That would be lovely. Although I feel like we probably will. But that's what I hated the most. I didn't like that. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode with me. As always, the full episode reaction for this episode and all the other episodes will be up on my Patreon. The link for that's down below. And I'll see you guys back here with me for the next episode. Bye, guys.